I was having a hard time at a previous employer because I adapted this, okay, I have to go to work every day with a certain level of forgiveness. It got to the point where like I would get dressed one article of clothing at a time and sit down. And I just be talking to myself like, okay, you can do the next thing, you can do it. Come on. One of my friends and former coworkers, Trecoya Lopez White, introduced me to the Black Female Project. And I went to a workshop in downtown Oakland and I just kept coming to different events. And I said, hey, Precious, I know I've been volunteering, but would it be possible to get a stipend or, do some contract work? You said, let me think about it. And then you said yes. And it was smooth sailing from there. My name is Jasmine Brown Jai. I work for Designing Justice, Designing Spaces. I worked for the Black Female Project before that. Yes, I was in the programs department. I helped facilitate 8 weeks of self-discovery at the time. I was able to do things for Black Vines and PJS Consultants. I was able to support with Teacher Truth. I think your winning story with the Black Female Project and Charmaine McClary's workshop, I think that changed my life. And I also think that something you said to me, I just need to figure this, I just need to figure that. And you said, well, when you do, you let me know. And I think that relieved a lot of pressure from my life. And it was just like, let me just walk in the general direction of what I want. It doesn't matter where I go or what I'm doing. I know what my winning story is, right? I get to do that too. I get to win, I collaborate with others to create culturally competent programs that foster healing through art and activism. That's who I am. The Black Female Project working environment was different from the experiences I had in the past in the sense that I could bring my whole self to it. There were plenty of times I showed up in the office some kind of way. And I think the one day that helped the trajectory of my life so much was when you told me about therapy services from someone that's in the Black Female Project network. And ever since then, I feel like my friendships have gotten better, my relationship has gotten better, my relationship to self has gotten better. It changed how I showed up in every other workplace and in the Black Female Project workplace. It's because you gotta do this work before you can do any other type of work. You really do. It's not a lot of things that's trying to transition you into the best you in this lifetime, in this world, right? And so when you find something like that, roll with it. And just by being around a group of people that are trying to do the same kinds of things, where can you find that? There's always a smile. There's always a kind word. It really feels like fellowship to me without all the rest of the politics. Yep. I think my biggest challenge was having to go elsewhere because I was trying to hold on, right? Like I know I'm moving overseas and I'm starting a full-time job, but wait a minute, I can still do it, And it's like, was that the truth? I don't know, but I just wanted to remain connected and close. And there hasn't been any distance in that. It's just the day-to-day looks different. One of my favorite moments working with the Black Female Project, going to that wine tasting with the Black vendors as a gift of the Black Female Project, that was a beautiful time. My goodness. And then Dr. Walter's Night trip to Jamaica, the Black Women's Wellness Retreat, changing, like my dreams shifted when I was there. I feel like my consciousness did. I think I've grown up with a certain type of taste that didn't necessarily match my socioeconomic condition, and I might still be in the same place. However, I often have the opportunity, the blessing to traverse that through Black Female Project, through Black Vines, through art, right, and activism. You get access to these spaces that you wouldn't have had otherwise. But you feel welcome. You don't feel like a stranger in it. You feel like, you know what, this is probably exactly where I'm supposed to be. What have I learned about myself? I think it connects back to your winning story, is that I have one. I don't just have a trauma circuit. I don't just have things on loop. It's all right for me to win. And I can tell myself that story over all of the rest of the stories maybe I've told about myself, I've allowed to be told to me about me. Just that concept is sort of earth shattering, and it opens up a whole nother world for anybody that decides to step into it. Black Female Project changed my life. You did something for you, Precious, that impacted the trajectory of all of our lives. And so we then should in turn take it upon ourselves to do something for ourselves so that we can impact other people. Like, that's the pay it forward. 10 years, 10 good years, right? 10 years of just one step after the other. Not trying to figure, but going where spirit is leading you. What a beautiful thing.